ASMR Who, and today we are looking at season 23 in the collection range. I feel like it's been a little while since I've done one of these collection set videos. I'm a little behind the sort of schedule I was intending on sticking to, I think. But yeah, here is season 23. Colin Baker's second full season. His first in the collection. The Trial of a Time Lord. So let's take a look. Yeah, at you've got all the monsters and villains here, of course. The Valyard there, the Vervoid, the Inquisitor. You've got the robot from Mysterious Planet, and is that Syl or is that the other one? And of course the TARDIS coming into the Time Lord thing, which I believe is also on the back. Yeah, which is such a fantastic image. Probably the most famous bit from this season, for good reason. It's a wonderful sequence and a great image for the back of this box here, and I love that it's here as well. It just gives it a lovely shape to the collection of villains and stuff here. We'll take a brief look at on the back of this as well. Build your own Doctor Who archive with the Ultimate Collector's set. Of course, this is technically just the Trial of a Time Lord, officially. Starring Colin Baker, Nicola Bryant, and with Bonnie Langford. And of course, all your additional new stuff, new material. A lot of this I checked out. I really liked a lot of the special features on this. The writer's room, the cookbook, the doctor's table, all those things were really, really great. In conversation, of course. Yeah, lots of lovely special features on this set, and of course your existing stuff here. So that's that, and of course you've got this image on the bottom here as well. So let's open this up. I don't recall the system the format I was using for these videos now, so I'm going to go discs first and then booklet, I think. You can see that this is the point where they stop printing on this middle section here. The reason that stopped was because they kept getting printing errors and stuff with this bit and connecting to the booklet flap and stuff. So, I mean, let's just take a look at that booklet flap because it's gorgeous. The Doctor on the TARDIS on is it Thoros Beta, which yeah, is such a striking image in the episode, and with the planet in the background and all the colours, the vibrant greens and pinks and everything. It's a wonderful alien image, and a lovely image here. And then we look at the discs. So disc 1, you've got, of course, the Doctor and the TARDIS. I think this is the window on the ship in Terror of the Vervoids. I think it's called Hyperion 3, the ship. So you've got, of course, here the Mysterious Planet, but officially it's just Trial of a Time Lord episodes 1 to 4. And this is clearly the Doctor in the trial room. Yeah, man. Disc 2, which is Mind Warp. You've got the Doctor. That's, I think, Kiv. I'm one of the surgeons there. because I think it is Syl on the front, isn't it? And that's Kiv. You've got disc 3, Terror of the Vervoids, with a Vervoid there, and some of the pods, I think, that the Vervoids come out of, right? Disc 4, The Ultimate Foe. You've got the Doctor there and Mr. Bobblewick, I believe his name is. It's a little bit windy today, so you might be able to hear a bit of wind, but if you're wondering what the noise is, it's that basically. Disc 5 is the bonus disc 1, and you've got the Inquisitor and the Valiard there. And disc 6, bonus disc 2, with the Doctor and the TARDIS again, and of course there's Colin's smiley face in the titles at the back. So if we take a look at the booklet inside, you can see here, well, I mean, it's also on the front of the booklet, isn't it? But in the TARDIS, you've got the dreaded exercise bike of death and the ship from Terror of the Vervoids. And then if we look at the booklet here, you've got, of course, the Doctor, the Inquisitor, the Valiard, Perry, when she's possessed by Syl and killed. I feel like there's a lot of heavy shadows here. And on the back, this lovely photo of Colin, which, that to me looks more like a season 22 image than 23, but I don't know. So, Doctor Who on trial, welcome to season 23. And I quote here from Colin, it says, "Bittersweet memories. After the infamous hiatus, we were all delighted the programme was back, albeit on trial, in every sense of those words, as it turned out." And of course a little bit of information about the season there. So, we've got Mind Warp, although of course it's just the trial of a Time Lord on disc 1, lots of stuff here. You've got making of documentary, behind the sofa, all these things, the Doctor's Table, which is a fun little feature, deleted and extended scenes, studio location footage, model footage, all these extra things. The Mysterious Planet, written, the last story to be written by Robert Holmes, of course. I like a lot of Robert Holmes stuff. I don't recall loads about Mysterious Planet. It's been a few years since I watched it. I don't hate it, but it's probably the section of the trial that I recall the least about, I think. It's got some fun imagery, but the actual specifics of the plot I don't really recall. Although that's kind of true for a lot of this season, to be honest. You've got Colin, Nicola and Bonnie there for behind the sofa. We've got parts 5 to 8, which of course is Mind Warp. We've got Brian Blessed there. What features have you got on here? Not too much. Oh, you got a 2007 interview with Brian Blessed, that's fun. Yeah, a lot of previously released stuff, I think, on this disc. You got this lovely image here with Syl and Perry and Yukanos, I think the character's name is, right? And there you've got, is that Fraser Hines Matthew Waterhouse and Mark Strickson there. This is parts 9 to 12, Terror of the Vervoids. This has also got the 2019 special, which I did watch recently. Actually, I watched Terror of the Vervoids as Terror of the Vervoids. I thought it was okay. I think it's a decent story. I think it's a fun story. I think Once Upon a Time Mind Warp was the part of this season-long story that everyone held in the highest regard, but I think it's probably Terror of the Vervoids these days, right? But I think it's a fun murder mystery story. I think the Vervoids are an interesting design, but a decent design. Yeah, I liked it. I don't love it. On disc 4, you've got The Ultimate Foe. So here you've got the writer's room, which is really fun. You get the writers of the season: Eric Saywood, Philip Martin, Wally K. Daly, and Christopher H. Bidmead. Oh no, this is the unfilmed, the original season 23, which is a really interesting feature for them to talk about those stories, which have been adapted by Big Finish. But yeah, you've also got Bonnie Langford in conversation on this disc here. I think there's really fun imagery in The Ultimate Foe with the Fantasy Factory and everything. Does it come together? Probably not, to be honest. But yeah, that's a really famous image as well, which is a lot of fun. Not Roger Delgado, Anthony Ainley there, of course. And then on your bonus discs, basically alternate edits. So these extended and alternate edits are based on the director's initial cuts of each episode. Most episodes contain scene extensions and entire sequences that were removed before transmission. While some episodes are not much longer than the final broadcast versions, they may contain alternative takes or a different story structure. They are presented fully restored from the original tapes, upscaled to HD with a choice of mono or 5.1 surround sound. So these are the first two parts, and these are the last two. And then you've got the cookbook revisited. India Fisher there, who does the commentary in the way, if you don't know, India Fisher is the voiceover of MasterChef, and so she's basically doing the MasterChef voice for the Doctor Who Cookbook Revisited. But of course, India Fisher is also Charlie Pollard in Big Finish. You've got some more stuff from the cookbook there, and some other stuff, PDFD, archive, studio clocks, all these things. And you've got this here from the Doctor's Table. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Season 23. It's been a good couple of years since I watched this season fully, because I did have the DVD set of The Trial of a Time Lord before I got this set, and then when I decided I was going to start getting the collection sets, I then, watched all of the stories and then got this. So a lot of the stories I haven't watched on this set. I watched a lot of the bonus features, the Behind the Sofa, the Cookbook Revisited, the Doctor's Table, stuff like that. But I haven't watched a lot of the stories, as I say, other than Terror of the Vervoids as Terror of the Vervoids. I haven't watched a lot of these stories for a good number of years. I would say probably 2019, 2020 was the last time I watched these stories, probably 2019, late 2019, so, a good 5 years ago, so I don't recall loads about them. But but I think it's a decent season. I don't think it's the most memorable. I think, other than, aside from, the trial framing device, I don't think any of these stories are particularly stand out. They've got standout moments in them, certainly, and Terror of the Vervoids has got fantastic cliffhangers, but it's a weird season. It's not my favourite, and I feel bad about that because this period of the show gets dunked on a lot, and I want to stick up for it, but I prefer other eras and other periods of the show, to be honest, and so that is the nature of the season. That's the nature of how I feel about this period of the show. I like Colin. I like Perry. I like Mel well enough, but it is true that they're not served as well as they could be on TV. And as admirable as this season is, there's just not a lot that's very memorable about it. And ultimately, it ends in tragedy for Colin. It's a shame that this is all he gets on TV. And as much as he is, for lack of a better way of putting it, been redeemed in alternative media, in books and comics and audio especially, that doesn't really make up for the lack of great material on TV, which is a real shame. But yeah, this is decent. It's not my favourite season. I don't know if it's my least favourite. I couldn't really consider that. I haven't seen every season of the old show. It's certainly near the bottom of my rankings as it stands, but one day I will watch them all and come to a more concrete conclusion. But those are my thoughts on season 23. A brief look at the set. Do you have this set? Do you like it? I think that it's a lovely, vibrant piece. It's one of my favourite images and compositions by Lee Binding. I love the visual presentation of this set. The colours of it I think are wonderful, but the actual stories inside are a bit so-so for me. But yeah, do you have this set? Do you like it? Do you like this season? What's your favourite story? Let me know. I'd be interested to hear and to talk about that in the comments. But otherwise, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. And I will see you the next time for the next one of these videos, which will of course be season 26, the final season of Classic Doctor Who. I will see you then.